Coach Sully, Reps and Sweat Martial Arts and Fitness. This is Mat Chat. Today's topic is the benefits of practicing and training martial arts. I know personally, martial arts has been an unbelievable resource in my life. It has gotten me through some tough times. I've met some wonderful people, and it pays off in all areas of my life. So I figured I'd get on here and explain that to people, because a lot of people just don't understand. There's so many parallels between martial arts and other areas in your life, and every day I'm learning something new that I can take from martial arts, take from the mats, and apply it to my everyday life. It has been a complete game changer in my life, and I honestly think that everybody needs to get some of it. It is that important. It's to the point where when I'm taking on a new endeavor, when I'm starting something new, I always keep it in consideration. And I consider myself to be lucky that I have a life that is centered around martial arts, training and teaching. It's been phenomenal. And there's been a few times in my life where I was very, very close to walking away from it. And things happened that kept me focused, that kept me on track. So training partners had a talk with me. Instructors, a few times, an instructor randomly said something that kept me going. And I am so thankful and so grateful that I have been able to keep martial arts in my life, because I really don't know what life would be without it. So I put together a few benefits that I get from martial arts, and I'm sure other people get from training martial arts. So I'm going to go over those. The first one is obvious, and that's self-defense, being able to protect yourself, being able to defend yourself. The confidence that you get from being able to walk into a room and not fear anybody, not feel any type of fear from anybody, that confidence is so priceless. It allows you, I always say this, martial arts has always allowed me to be the nice person that I've always meant to be. You don't have to overcompensate for insecurities. You're able to be your genuine self. You're able to be unapologetic about who you are, just from that element of not being afraid of physical harm. It goes so far in life. And, sometimes I imagine what life would be if I walked into a room and saw danger at every corner. I don't know if I would be able to live like that. And the confidence to be able to defend myself has helped me maneuver through jobs, has helped me in environments that I wasn't comfortable in, has gotten me out of some tight situations, has allowed me to talk my way out of a situation. I don't feel like I need to prove anything to anyone. So that ability to be able to defend yourself goes all the way across the board as far as benefits is concerned. The second thing is fitness. Another thing that, and I'll tell you my story when I started getting serious about martial arts, is I was, for a long time, I would say probably about close to a good 5 years. I was in my early 20s when I really started getting serious. I trained before then, but I was in my early 20s when I started really training consistently. But immediately prior to that, I used to lift weights, go to the gym, get on the treadmill, lift weights, pump iron. And I got to a stage with the weightlifting that I got completely bored. And in hindsight, when I'm looking back, I was at a point where I absolutely couldn't do it anymore. I would get on that treadmill and be like, where am I running to? Like the passion was gone. I had reached certain goals that I had set out to reach, and there wasn't anything left. I mean, obviously I wasn't a champion bodybuilder, but I just felt like there was no fulfillment left in lifting weights. So I took like 2 weeks off of it. Well, no, 2 months off of lifting. And it wasn't on purpose. I just didn't want to go back. And then luckily, martial arts came right into my life at the right time. Since martial arts, I haven't really, I do a little bit of calisthenics every now and again, but I haven't really lifted weights, haven't needed to lift weights. And the cool thing about it is that with martial arts, the fitness portion, you're getting real time, real life fitness, real practical fitness, and you're learning a skill. So it's kind of like 2 birds with 1 stone. The next one is stress relief. It is such a game changer to be able to get on the mats and punch something, get on the mats and exert your energy, get on the mats and fight off a choke, fight off an arm bar, sweep someone. That is such a stress reliever. It is, I'm telling you. And the cool part about that whole stress portion is that when you have somebody in front of you that's trying to punch you in the face, obviously in a controlled setting, or trying to choke you, when you go on to your outside life and you're facing the ups and downs and the obstacles at work, maybe at home, maybe just walking randomly, those things, it makes those things seem not that bad. It gives you the strength and the fortitude to face the everyday stresses that you go to. Your threshold for stress raises from doing martial arts. You also get that fighter instinct. The fighter instinct is that ability to push through hard things, that ability to have something in front of you that's making you want to quit, but you don't quit. When we're on the mats and we're sparring or we're rolling, it happens on a day-to-day basis where you're taken to your limit and you have to dig deep. And that action of digging deep on a regular basis makes it that much easier when you need to dig deep in other aspects of your life. The next one is the relationships that you build on the mats. And this is another thing that I tell everyone. On the mats, I have met some of the most wonderful people that I've ever met in my life. All of the people that I have the utmost respect for, all of those people train. There are some amazing personalities on the mats. And I remember the first time I stepped into a martial arts academy, and I'm looking at everybody's attitudes And everybody is so positive. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, man, these folks gotta be faking. And I've been waiting. This is 25 years ago. I've been waiting for the truth to come out. And it's been consistent. Those same people that were smiling and positive and warm, those same people are still smiling and positive and warm. And those people are some of the best people that I know to this date. You're literally joining a family, and it dictates. I mean, I've had people on the mats hook me up with jobs. I've been able to get a whole career out of being on these mats. So you're really talking about the benefits that you get from these relationships that you develop on the mats ends up being like family, and in some cases better than family. The next one is the confidence. And we kind of brushed over that earlier, but the confidence that you get, just that confidence of not worrying about your physical safety. That is a level of confidence that until you feel it, you can't really, you don't know how that feels. And that confidence translates in every aspect of your life. You know that you're capable of doing something difficult because you do it every time you step on the mat. You do it every time you have somebody, a teammate in front of you that's pushing you. And that confidence, when you get something in your regular life, when you get something, in comparison that's trivial, you're like, this is nothing. I mean, the mats have prepared me in overcoming some serious obstacles. And not only was I able to overcome them, I was able to overcome them confidently and even appreciatively, even with a smile on my face, if you could believe that. And then last but not least, it also develops your resilience, your ability to push when you feel like you can't push anymore. Your ability to shut off that voice in the back of your head that tells you to quit. So, and you don't know how valuable that is. When I meet people that don't train and they complain to me about not being able to get out of it, I can't relate. And the people that I know that train cannot relate. It is a completely different culture and a different mindset that the people have that train have, that the people that don't train versus what the people that don't train have. Completely different mindset. That resilience, that resolve to keep pushing, to stop, to understand, and you develop a very close and a realistic sense of what it is that you're capable of and what it is that you're not capable of. Most people underestimate their capabilities. Most people don't know where their edge is. In martial arts, your edge gets clearly defined. And when you do define where your edge is, it actually gets pushed further. It actually ends up getting better. So you're constantly improving, and that resilience is constantly getting better. So folks, if you don't train, go find some place to train at. You can come train here at Reps and Sweat Martial Arts and Fitness. All right, guys. Coach Sully, Reps and Sweat Martial Arts and Fitness. This was Mat Chat.